Hello everyone, we are going to do my favorite thing that we do here on my channel, and it is no. Well, you don't want to talk about am I the asshole? It's my favorite thing to do on my channel. It is jumping into the subreddit, am I the a-hole? And we read through people saying things that are going on in their life, or things they've done, or things people have done to them. And we have to come to the conclusion of, are they the a-hole? Are they not the a-hole? Everyone sucks here. No a-holes here. So, that is it. There's also like not enough information or like everyone sucks kind of situation, but we are going to get to the first one. It's my favorite thing to do on my channel. I love shit talking, especially whenever it has to do with people I don't know. So I'm not involved in it. Let's get to the first one. Am I the a-hole for telling my wife that I would be perfectly capable of doing what she does? What do we think first and foremost while I put on some lip balm? What do we think? Just off of reading the title, what do we think? I'm going to say you're the a-hole, I think. What do we think? Bring on some lip balm. Someone said all men are the a-hole. Well, I'm not going to argue with that. Let's read it. I, 30 male, have a wife, 30 female, and a daughter, 7 female. I work in finance and my wife is a stay-at-home mom as I earn sufficient for the both of us. My wife is a great stay-at-home mom and takes great care of the house. I was lucky to buy a home as I earn well in a medium cost of living city. I love my wife, but she finds it humorous to say that I am incapable of doing the household tasks. Uh-oh, drama in paradise. She says that I am incapable of doing household tasks. Well, maybe you are. Just providing some ulterior, We had agreed that she would do them we agreed that she would do them when she decided to stay at home, but I do stuff occasionally when we're both at home if she asks me to. But then if I say load the dishwasher for her, she'll claim I did it wrong just because I do it differently than she does, and it will still clean it well. Okay, so he's saying that I still do effort, but it's not good enough for her. The other day we were eating and she told me about her day and how she went grocery shopping and optimized the cost by buying specific items at specific stores and accounting for the cost of traveling to eat. Seems like a pain in the fucking ass already. Listen, I love a bargain. And I also love knowing shops that do specific things. But you're going to spend more money like on gas driving between places. It seems inconvenient. Why would you not just do like a delivery? All right. And she's driving between different stores and she made an offhanded remark that I would never be able to do that and said it in a what would you ever do without me kind of way. I replied back saying that of course I could do it. I handle complex decisions and calculations at my work as I work in finances. Oh, here's pulling the card out. And that I have a master's degree. Girl, she made like an off comment, like, what would you ever do without me? And you're pulling out that you have a master's degree, time and place. Finance, bro, literally. And what I do involves more intellect than household okay, he's the asshole. He's the asshole. And what I do involves more intellect than household operations, even though I acknowledge and appreciate what she does. Yeah, he's the asshole. I'd be capable if the roles were reversed. She got angry and seemed to think that I was calling her stupid when I wasn't. But you did on Reddit. You didn't in person, but on Reddit you were like, but I have a master's degree. I have a master's degree. And she started crying and I feel like an a-hole. She said she's a very good student and that she's graduated as well, blah, blah, blah. My wife and I met in college, but she was an international student studying physics and computer science, and she had issues with her loan from her home country and could not afford to complete it. And after we got married, that was where she stayed. Initially, she wanted to complete it later after finding the funds, but she agreed to be a stay-at-home mom when I got a good job, and I appreciate that, as we were able to have a kid early on, even while I was both completing my master's and working full-time. Blah, 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 blowing so much smoke up your own ass you could make a dildo. Seriously? This entire thing has been bragging about how amazing you are, but you acknowledge that your wife made sacrifices for you. You're the a-hole. Flat out, you're the a-hole, and I love your wife. All right. Am I the a-hole for punishing my daughter for how she rejected an autistic kid? I assume is how that meant to read. Am I the a-hole for not punishing my daughter for how she reject autistic kid? I assume that is supposed to read for how she rejected an autistic kid. So this person's saying, am I the a-hole for not punishing the daughter for rejecting an autistic kid? For not punishing. What do we think? Everyone's saying you're the a-hole. Oh, some not. Okay. Someone said need details. We're aware. That's why we're going to read. Play along. Throw away. Oh, that's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. My daughter is 12, and she's pretty. Okay. She's in middle school, almost high school. So he's going to be like, she's too pretty to be hanging out with people that are not also pretty. Is that why you're saying that? My daughter's 12 and pretty. She's in middle school, almost high school, and at the point where people are getting crushes on her and overall kind of bothering her. Oh, she's so popular. So popular. You know what this seems like already? When parents kind of push their children to, like, date, but, like, when they do it to kids. You know, whenever, like, a young boy, like I'm talking like 6 years old at school, will like be friends with the girls, and then all the parents are like, oh, he's a heartbreaker already. Look at him. He has so many girlfriends. And they like kind of push it in a weird way. It's like so weird and it really bothers me. My cousin does it all the time, and she'll be like, my little daughter has like a school crush and stuff, and oh, they're just so cute. They're like a little couple already. And I'm like, girl, you're talking about a 4-year-old. Weird. People are getting crushes on her and it's bothering her. She hates it and doesn't see a point in dating. We're talking about a 12-year-old, guys. We're talking about a 12-year-old. We're talking about a 12-year-old. We're talking about a 12-year-old. Yeah, it's like they're pushing dating on their 12-year-old. This is so weird already. You know what I want to watch tonight? Toy Story 2. Write that down. Toy Story 2. I need to write that down before I forget. Toy Story 2. Great movie. Thank you. Is that the one with Al? In the airport? Don't. I'm not even going to talk about it because I could go on a tangent. I'm not going to. This is so weird already. She doesn't see a point in dating because she's 12-year-old, you fucking twat. And she started to be real blunt about it. She's pretty popular at school. Ugh. Snore. Seriously, is this entire post just being about how amazing your daughter is? And there was an incident with one of the boys bullying her when she said no to the movies. It fucking sucks for her, and I feel really bad for her. Now we were at a school picnic that happens before the new year starts. It's nice and she gets to hang with her friends. Now there's a kid in her class that has been crushing on her for quite some time. I thought it was over when he gave up after she rejected his Valentine. Why are you so involved in your 12-year-old daughter's non-existent dating life? Get a hobby. Seriously, like, how much pressure is this person putting on their fucking 12-year-old? They're like, but she doesn't care about it. Clearly you do. So the boy who got rejected by the 12-year-old daughter, who's still crushing on this person's daughter, is autistic, and I really thought it took him a while to understand due to that. Apparently not. He confessed to her at the picnic and she said no again. I was nearby and went over to bail her out. He started trying to convince her to get to know him. Have they ever considered that maybe this boy just wants a friend? Maybe this boy isn't thinking about dating your daughter because he's also probably like 11 or 12 years old. Like, can we also look at it from that angle? We're in an environment of school kids that are at a picnic about going back to school. He gave her a Valentine, though. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? At 12 years old, people in my primary school class were pretending to get married because they thought it was funny. Like, Valentine's is such a, and it is a mandatory thing at some schools. Like, This literally feels like unnecessarily jumping on this boy. And here's the thing, if this 12-year-old girl, their daughter, doesn't want to speak to this boy in a friendly way, great, that's a conversation. But when you, as a father, are approaching this, or sorry, I don't know if this is a dad, if you as a parent are approaching this and like trying to cut off this romantic encounter, that's fucking weird. And you're going to ostracize your daughter in the class for being the one with the weird adult. Like, as a kid, we would be making fun of that girl's dad. Because he'd be like, oh, who does he think he is? Like, I was nearby and I went to bail her out. He started convincing her that maybe she should get to know him. Because at 12 years old, that's normally what you do whenever you're in a class with someone. Like, seriously, no one is romanticizing this. That's a great point. No one is romanticizing this except for the parent here. Either it's a mother or a father or some sort of parent, right? Or guardian. This person is weirdly romanticizing a normal interaction between 12-year-olds. This is normal interactions between 12-year-olds of just talking to each other. You're saying you're trying to bail your daughter out from a conversation? Sorry, a conversation at a park that is specifically about going back to school. Didn't they say they were bullying her? One of the boys bullied her when he said no. It said no. No, there's a kid in her class who's been... No, this is a separate person. No, this is a separate person. This is not the one that was bullying the 12-year-old. This has no relation to that. Apparently, this is just a 12-year-old who they've felt the need to say has autism, who just wants to talk to their daughter, but they don't want their daughter talking to them because the daughter's pretty, remember? Don't forget that. My daughter snapped and told him to leave me alone, you freak. I told you so many times. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that happened. I honestly feel like the parent has probably done something where they feel bad and they're now just like putting words in the daughter's mouth. I'm going to be honest. I've been getting calls about teaching my... Okay, so yeah, this person is probably guilty about the way they acted, and they're now trying to push the blame onto their daughter. I've been getting calls about teaching my daughter tolerance and that she needs to be punished for that. I've defended her in all of that. The kid's mother called me an asshole when she learned I am not punishing her. Am I the a-hole? A lot of parents think so. Yeah. And you're also weirdly involved in your 12-year-old's life in terms of this is a school event and you're basically ostracizing her from anyone talking to her that isn't a pretty popular person as well. Your daughter's going to grow up to be a fucking, I can't say that word on YouTube, but see you next Tuesday. And I hate to say that about a 12-year-old, but the way that you're talking and then the way you're saying your daughter's acting, I mean, it's like the most like privileged, just like looking down on people ever. Your kids are learning what you're teaching them and you're clearly teaching them that they're better than people. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. What else? All right. Would I be the a-hole for telling a friend that her husband makes me uncomfortable? What do we think? I'm going to say a firm no. Just based off the title already, I'm going to say no. Okay, everyone's saying no. So I've met this girl at the gym who I'll call Katie. And she seemed cool at first, other than the fact she likes to talk about her personal sex life. She talked about BDSM clubs she and her husband go to and their toy collection. That's crazy conversation for gym. Wow. And other weird stuff that I'm not into. She invited my husband and I over for strip poker. I've told her no, we're vanilla and not into that stuff, which is fine. Do what you want. I can't believe this is like the conversations at the gym. That's crazy. Recently, her husband texted her, asking her to send 5 pictures of girls' butts at the gym to him. Oh, no. No. One of the girls noticed and reported it to the front desk and also made her delete the picture. Obviously, Katie texted me about it, mad at the girl for going to the employees there instead of talking to her. I told her it was highly inappropriate and she was lucky she didn't get banned from the gym. She said it was just a joke and didn't seem to understand you cannot do it without people's consent. Literally, like, stop bringing other people into your sex life and your kinks and stuff by getting your husband to take secret photos of people. No. She will send me selfies of her and her husband, clothes in bathing suits at the beach and whatnot, and I have such an icky feeling towards her and mostly him now. I don't like people who involve others in their kinks without consent, and that's a very valid thing as well to not like. Fast forward, and I find out her husband is texting me, pretending to be her? Ah! And she thinks it's all fine. I find it weird as fuck, because it is. As I would never use my husband's phone to text the friends pretending to be him, especially pretending to be another woman talking to a woman. Ah! Just the other day at the gym, she was asking when we're going to be doing a double date and is getting upset that we haven't done one already. I'm avoiding it at all costs. Sure, they're probably going to do a double date at their fucking sex dungeon or something. Holy fuck. Or an Adam and Eve store. Local DE, code Adam50, 50% off. Oh my god, I have an Adam and Eve this month. I forgot. I need to do that. Not on this, but coming soon. Coming soon. I do one a month. Coming soon. Knowing my luck, the day I agree with Adam and Eve will be when, like, Swip Stock or something drops. Because it's dropping this week, and Adam and Eve have to give me the clear on when to... I'm putting it down now that that's my luck. The last time I did a sponsorship, they gave me the date that Cody had posted the video. I bet you that they'll be like, oh, we're all good to go. And I'll be like, Swip just posted. I just know that that's going to happen. Anyway. It's super awkward to be like responding to something deep and then being like, and no, on adamandeve.com. Alright. This is really fucking weird. Just the other day at the gym, about double dates, I'm avoiding it at all costs, and now my husband doesn't want to be around her, and especially not her husband. Valid. He's uncomfortable with me being around him as well, which is obviously, would I be the a-hole if I told her about this? I don't know what to do. I've never been in this predicament. No, you're not the a-hole at all. And by the way, her and her husband, the other ones, are the a-hole for subjecting you to this weird shit. Like, literally, if you want to have your own, like, kinky time and stuff, love it, do it for you. But when you're not even, like, not only asking people for consent, but, like, angry when they're not committing to the bit, it's weird. You're not the... Not the a-hole. At all. Not the a-hole. All right. I want to do this one. Am I the a-hole for refusing to babysit for my best friend? What do we think? Off the bat, what do we think? Oh, we got a definitely not in there, first of all. Not the a-hole, not the a-hole, not the a-hole. All right. Throwaway for privacy. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. I, 28 female, and Mia, 34 female, have been best friends for 11 years. I love her like a little sister, and until now, we've never fallen out. Uh-oh. Neither of us have family close or a wide circle of friends. So I want to really try and resolve this issue as best as I can. We're here for you. We're here for you, I and Mia. About 5 years ago, Mia told me that if she hadn't met a man by the time she turned 35, then she would go to a sperm donor and become a single mother. Work. That time has now arrived, and she's planning on starting the IVF process and getting pregnant next year. Queen. I fully support her decision and think she'll make an incredible parent with or without a partner. The problem started a couple of months ago when she casually mentioned over dinner that her future baby will love spending time with her auntie, as in the person that's writing this. I laughed and reminded her that I never have any maternal instincts, so the three of us would need to hang out as a trio because I'll, be a new auntie and it's new to me. She asked what I meant, and I clarified that I wouldn't be babysitting as I'm not comfortable being around a small child on my own, but I would happily spend time with both of them together. Mia went quiet and then moved on the conversation and didn't think anything else. By the way, I see nothing wrong with this at all. Literally, it's not up to, if my friend got pregnant, it's not up to me to look after the baby. It would be great if I did, I'd be a nice person, but it's not up to me. If you want to have a baby and you want to go out and stuff, don't put it on your friend to babysit. Get a babysitter. Fast forward to yesterday when we were in the car and Mia unexpectedly launches into a story about her friend in Spain who also used a sperm donor to become a single mother, and her friendship circle have been helping the guilt trip, and have been helping her look after the baby, so she can continue building her career. Okay, but like you're choosing to become a single mother and go through the sperm donor route whenever it is, you know, applicable to you, and this timing works for Mia, and that's great. But that also will come into play if you want to talk about career. So don't go to a sperm donor and start the IVF process if you want to start working on your career and then have the baby and expect your friends to look after your baby so you can go back to your career. Hold off the process, work on your career, then get pregnant. It's not your friend's responsibility. But basically, obviously, Mia's trying to not guilt trip her, and saying that, you know, her friends' helped out when they had a baby. Mia then said, having a strong female support network is so important when raising children. I love that we would do anything for each other. Not me. I noticed she was putting on a big emphasis on childcare, so again, I reminded her that I wouldn't be able to babysit, but was quick to let her know that I would support in any other way I could. I told her I could cook, clean, keep her company, be at the hospital, buy her child, whatever they need. Anything outside of babysitting solo. By the way, this person is literally saying that they will babysit like if Mia is also there or someone else is there, which is above what they need to do anyway. It's not their kid. Yeah, your kid is not my responsibility. Yeah, I don't want a kid for a certain reason. Bye, bitch. She laughed and said, "It's so funny, you have no idea how much you're going to love this baby." Oof. You'll enjoy taking care of your godchild more than you'll realize. Alarm bells were going off, so I admittedly took a blunt tone and told her it's not going to be my kid. It's hers, and I'm not comfortable with the responsibility of looking after my baby or after a baby on my own. I have sensory issues and anxiety. Screaming, you don't even need to excuse yourself. Screaming kids make me panic. I'm not doing it and I'm not changing my mind. She looked genuinely hurt and said that people would be wanting to help out a single mother and couldn't understand why I wouldn't want to do this for her. She also said that it's worrying and abnormal for me to be so nervous about looking after a baby. Okay, but I'm not the one that wants it. You do, bitch. And mentioned she doesn't have anyone else to help, so this has come as a horrible surprise to her. She has now dropped me home and hasn't spoken to me since. I feel awful about it. Okay, if she hasn't spoken to you since, do you not think that she was almost using you? So maybe this is a friendship coming to a natural close. If she's not willing to talk to you about this because you said no, maybe she was using you for the purpose of having the baby and using you so she could have a baby and then go to the career. I think we should kind of maybe focus on that. I would say not the a-hole immediately. Immediately. Fuck you, Mia. Let's do another one. All right. Too many words. All right. Am I the a-hole for not letting friends from out of town stay at my home? What do we think? And I don't want to hear any of y'all be like, I need more context. This is all part of it. What do you think? Just based off the title. Someone's like, fuck Mia. We're saying not the a-hole. Okay, we're getting a lot of not the a-holes. My 30 female boyfriend, 35 male, has 2 friends who live in another state. Let's call them Jack and Liz. Speaking of Jack and Jill, love that movie. The fart scene, crazy. They want to come visit us in our state with their 4 children. Ooh. 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 Can y'all stop having kids? Can y'all stop having kids? 4? 6 total? Ooh. Get a hotel, mama. Get an Airbnb. Get a house. The ages are from 5 to 10. I live in a downtown area of our city. Well, I don't even need them to explain this. While my boyfriend lives about an hour away in the suburbs. My house is close to where I go to school full time, about a 5-minute walk, and also close to where I work. 10 minutes from my first job, 10 minutes to my second job. I live with my 3 dogs because, okay, so we're not housing them because you already have your own responsibilities with your dog. As someone who has 2 dogs, I feel you. No one's staying here. When I had one of my friends staying with me, it was a lot because it changed my schedule with the dogs. I'm on your side. You're not the a-hole. They want to come visit? Great. Let's give them recommendations for Airbnbs. I have a busy schedule and I have a dog walker come every day to feed and care for them. When Jack and Liz, it's like Jack and Jill. When Humpty Dumpty fell in the wall. When Jack and Liz come to visit with their kids, they're asking us to stay at our house. Here's the thing, though. They want me to leave my house so that their family can stay there with complete privacy. Hello? The audacity! They want to stay in your house but tell you to fuck off? That is ballsy. Ballsy. I've never heard the audacity of that ever before. Holy shit. Crazy. I think it's also worth... We don't even need to hear any more from me. I'm on your side. I think it's also worth noting that I have never met or spoken to Jack and... Girl. She's never met or talked to them before. They're her boyfriend's friends. Girl. I've never spoken or met Jack and Liz before. They're my boyfriend's friends, and the boyfriend lives like an hour away in the suburbs. Why can't they stay with him? Also, they're originally from our city, so they have their parents and family members who still live here. They seem pretty wealthy, mostly. I mean, the audacity. I don't even care how much money they make, just the audacity. They seem pretty wealthy because they tell me their boyfriend, whatever. Liz is a stay-at-home mom and has never worked before because Jack has had multiple inheritance from deceased family members and he brags about his high-paying job. They also own about 10 rental properties. Boo! 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 This is not a safe space for landlords. Boo! Boo! God, can you imagine living this life? Having, like, 10 rental properties and having all of your money be from inheritance from your dead family. Hard day at the office. I believe they bought these houses with the inheritance. Before meeting Jack, Liz also did not work because her family is wealthy. Where are y'all finding these people? The thing is, my commute to work and school, I have one or both 7 days a week, is over an hour each way from my boyfriend's house in the suburbs. Girl, why are you explaining yourself? You're staying put. I already have such long days. We're aware. We're on your side, queen. And changing my commute to 2 hours a day. Girl, we're on your side. You're not the a-hole already, but I'm going to hear you out. This is going to give me so much anxiety. Also, I don't have anyone to walk my dogs at my boyfriend's house. That is your dogs and your house. You've never even met these people. I'm not even reading the rest of that. And I would also have to childproof the house. So am I the a-hole? My boyfriend seems disappointed. Girl, I need you to reevaluate that relationship. Your boyfriend is forcing you to house his friends you've never met and forcing you to do an extra hour commute on top of your already hour commute and move your dogs from their house for his friends and is now getting angry at you. Girl, let's dissect this. Run. And he's saying that I'm making a bad impression on them. He also thinks that I'm doing this because I'm deciding to not like them based on what I know about them, which is only things I've heard from him. Stuff like that they're always asking to use my streaming logins, but are keeping me logged out of like my Netflix and stuff. When their dogs get old, they abandon them at shelters so they can make room for new puppies. Holy fuck. I do think this kind of stuff bothers me, but I think that even if... Jesus Christ. I'm just not going to focus much on that because I'll go into a rant. I would tell them to get a hotel. My boyfriend has lost both his parents young, and he doesn't have siblings. He considers his friends from high school part of his family. I'm trying to be sensitive. I have a cat hair in my fucking nose. No, you're not the a-hole, and I think that your boyfriend and his friends are more than a-holes for trying to put you in a position where you feel the need to have to defend yourself like this is incredibly bizarre, and I'm 100% on your side. Like, I'm 100% on your side. Alright, we'll do one more because I'm sick. My voice is starting to run out, as you can hear it. It's starting to come and go. Wow. Holy shit. Once I bring attention to it, I feel it. So I have like one more in me before my voice cuts out. I don't know why. It's just hitting dinos. Oh my god. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my kids the real reason me and her father are divorced? What do we think? Am I the a-hole for telling my kids the real reason me and her father are divorced? I'm going to say not the a-hole, just because, like, it could be providing a lot of context. And I think that that might be important. I'm going to be honest. I think it can go either way, but I'm going to say not. I, 38 female, have a 15, 12, 9, and 6-year-old daughter. Me and her father got a divorce when my youngest was just 2 years old. My ex-husband had an affair with my sister. Sorry, I just read that so nonchalantly. Can we go back? I, 38 female, have a 15, 12, 9, and 6-year-old daughter that me and her father then got a divorce when my youngest was 2 years old. My ex-husband had an affair with my sister, 35 and female. What? I'm going to say automatically you're not the a-hole because this is a conversation that they're old enough. Like, they're old enough when all this stuff is going on. Like, they would have found out eventually. But with the sister? Holy shit. My ex-husband and my sister have been sneaking behind my back, and I found out whenever I came home early from my shift. Your sister? They gave me every excuse in the books. I had waited it out for the sake of my kids to see if my ex-husband would stop. I guess when there's kids involved, but holy shit, waiting for your sister to stop cheating on your husband. 6 months later, the affair was still going, so I served my ex with 6 months later, it was still going? Your sister and your husband? No. So I served my ex with divorce papers, but here's the thing. My sister, aka my daughter's stepmom, had been telling my daughters how I was the one that broke up the marriage. Oh, you bitch. Does Adam have a frog in his throat? Let's not bring attention to the fact that I'm very sick and my voice is deteriorating. I don't think I've talked this much since being sick, so. I mean, this has been a 4-hour stream. 6 months later, the affair is still going, and the stepmom is telling the kids that the person who wrote this was the reason that the marriage broke up, whenever it was actually her. I found this out when my 6-year-old daughter came up to me crying, asking why I broke up her family. Oh, the sister is evil. Evil. I was confused and I asked her more questions. She told me how the sister had been saying that I cheated on the father and more BS. I had called the rest of my daughters downstairs and asked them to tell me what their stepmom had been saying, and they proceeded to tell me everything. So I had to tell my daughters the truth, and I couldn't believe it first until I told them to ask their grandparents and father what really happened. My daughters had went back to their father's house this past weekend when I got a call from him calling me all types of names under the book. I'm sorry, I don't care. And him asking if I wanted to ruin him and our daughter's relationship. He hung up no less than 10 minutes later. My phone was being blown up with him calling me all the names in the book. Sorry, my voice is like robotic right now. Calling me all the names under the sun and saying that I'm a shitty mother. So am I the a-hole? No. No. And that is so evil of your husband and your sister to throw you under the bus. My voice is at its threshold now. I'm ending at a firm not the a-hole, and your sister and husband suck. Suck. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Your sister? Your fucking sister? I don't even have words. I don't even have words. You're not the a-hole. Everyone around you is. Boom.